Hey you guys, what is up? This is Cashara. I am coming to you live or possibly on the replay to talk to you today about low carb, high fat taco soup. Perfect for the keto diet, perfect for a low carb diet. And it's literally so simple to make. I can make it in just a few minutes. I've made this probably 5 times now. I make it for the week, for my husband to eat when he goes to work, for me to eat when I'm in a crunch and I don't have time to cook something elaborate. So this is the easiest, quickest meal to set in your crock pot. Forget about it. Doesn't matter if you have kids screaming and running around. Doesn't matter if you have 5 minutes at home. You can get this set up the night before in your crock pot and then set it the next morning on a timer if your crock pot will let you do that. And so without further ado, I would love to get started. If you're watching live, I'd love for you to drop a 1 below. If you're watching the replay, a 2 below. And if you're new, please feel free to drop new below so I can reach out and we can become better friends. So here we go. Let's get straight down to it. Low carb taco soup. It's creamy and thick and delicious. Warm soup that's perfect if you live somewhere cold, or even if you don't, it's still great. I do want to give you a slight disclaimer. This recipe is adapted from Beyer Beware, B-E-Y-E-R Beware, I believe is the blog that I originally got the recipe from. And so I've made it a few times now and decided to tweak a few things to figure out the way that I personally like it and my husband likes it. So this is my own take on that, but I love the original recipe too, and I'm really grateful for that. So again, feel free to like and share this video in case you have a group that you're part of or lots of other keto friends that you know would love this recipe. I am sure they will because it's amazing. So here's what you need. You need your crock pot. This is just the bowl part, of course. And then you're going to need chicken stock and salt and pepper, taco seasoning, Rotel, as mild or spicy as you like it, cream cheese, and beef or pork sausage cooked. So if you want to follow along right now to my video, 2 pounds of beef, 2 sticks of cream cheese, 2 cans of Rotel taco seasoning, 3 cups of chicken stock, salt and pepper. That's it. That's how easy it is. So that you don't have to stand here and just watch me brown beef forever, I decided to already pre-cook it. And side note, I'm so excited because this Disneyland jersey that I got last time I was there, I have to like tuck into my pants because I wanted to look like I have some shape for you guys, but it's already getting so big. I love it. Okay, so first what you're gonna do is brown your beef or pork sausage. You don't have to get extra lean or anything because this is the keto diet, and so we love the healthy fats, right? And then you can drain the grease, drain part of the grease, leave all the grease in if you want, doesn't really matter. So then I'm going to put that off to the side because that's how I normally do it when I'm cooking it at the time. A lot of times I'll start the meat and then go do some other things. And then when it's done, 2 sticks of cream cheese. I have the big tub from Costco, so it's all scooped into this so I could weigh it. 16 ounces. Pour that right into your crock pot bowl. 2 cans of Rotel. Ta-da! And so this is mild because my husband doesn't like spicy food. I love spicy food, so if you guys like it and your spouse doesn't, or your partner doesn't, or your family doesn't, make it mild, and then you can always add hot sauce, chili flakes, chili powder, whatever you want to the end of it. Dump that in. This recipe is seriously so quick and easy. And it's so great because it lasts really well in the refrigerator. It actually gets better throughout the week as it goes on. The flavors just get more rich and delicious. Also, side note, if you have a bigger family or more people to feed, or you eat bigger portions, I have doubled this recipe and it turned out awesome too. You just have to make sure that your crock pot will actually hold it all. I was like, oh my gosh, I need like a giant vat crock pot. Not really, but I got the chicken stock from Costco, like I talked about in my last live about my Costco haul. This is awesome. I'm gonna use 3 cups. Again, like I told you, this is my take on the other recipe, so hers is a little bit different, but my husband and I tend to like our soups a little bit thicker and heavier and creamier rather than more runny. And so these are kind of the alterations that I've made to have it turn out a little bit thicker for our liking personally. You do you, whatever works for you. Salt and pepper, I have my little Disney trash cans, so I'm gonna put that in there as much as you like. And then take the beef or pork sausage, whichever you cooked. Scoop that all into your crock pot. And then normally I would do more taco seasoning, but right now I just have taco seasoning from the store, and the carbs are pretty high, honestly, on this. And so we usually leave enough room in our carbs for the day to account for this soup if we know we're gonna have it. And so I'm just gonna actually do a little less than 1 tablespoon of this taco seasoning just to get the flavor in there. You can also add chili powder, cayenne, cumin, onion powder, garlic, anything else that you like into it to kind of compensate for that taco seasoning. I actually ordered a little while ago some of the Flavor God Taco Tuesday seasoning. I totally love it. It's awesome, and the carbs are like 0 to half a carb for a whole serving. And so that's what I would prefer to use because it has much lower carbs than this one from the store, but my resources are limited where I live, so I just do a little bit, and then I sprinkled it all over myself. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, so I just sprinkled that in there. So now we have our beef, our Rotel, cream cheese, chicken broth, taco seasoning, salt and pepper, a little bit more for good measure. And then that is literally it, you guys. So I'm going to take my lid, put your lid on like so. I'm going to put it in my crock pot for 4 hours on low. You can also do 2 hours on high, but then I found it's still a little bit more runny. So we like this recipe in particular, the way I've altered it. Turns out thicker, creamier, like I said. And then the best part is when you serve it, you can chop up green onions and sprinkle those on the top, or we just do sour cream and shredded cheddar cheese, which is awesome. And then, like I said, for my preference, I usually dump hot sauce and chili flakes on top. My husband likes it milder, so he keeps it mild. And then if it's not thick enough, once it sits for a couple days in your fridge, just add sour cream each time you eat it. You will love it so, so much. If you love taco soup, feel free to give this a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's all for our video. So 4 hours on low. I usually make this around like 2 o'clock or whatever, so that when my husband gets home from dinner or from work, we are totally ready with dinner right away. You could also dip, I've made my fathead pizza crust into cheesy breadsticks. If you're craving that bread, that gluten kind of thing, cut those up and you can dip those into the creamy taco soup. You can also bake cheese chips and use those, crunch them up in there if you want like the crunchy tortilla chip kind of vibe. There's a lot of things you can do with this soup, but this is great when you're on a bind and you just want to buy a few groceries to get plenty of meals out of it. This will probably serve us like multiple dinners or lunches. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Sorry that it's so short, but hopefully you can get on with your Monday. I hope it's going awesome. If you love this video, feel free to drop a heart below. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Laura Cashara, and I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon.